What's going on, guys? Off the Brink TV here, bringing you another video, and this time episode 4 of the My Career tutorial series, and we're going to be covering isolations. Now this is going to be a long one, so go get a glass of water, go get yourself a snack, peanut butter and jelly, whatever, and get comfortable because we're going to be covering a lot. There's going to be timestamps in the description if you guys need to reference or come back. But what I want to do is I want to start with what I selected. Now keep in mind the things I'm going to be teaching is applicable for any signature style that you select. Any isolation you select, you could probably use most of these. However, what the result is might not be exactly the same. But these are the isolations I found to be the best for my playstyle, and I kind of think they're the best overall. So let's start with the crossover, and we're going to go through each one. I'm going to explain why I chose each one and how to properly use each one. And then at the end of covering the basics, I'm going to go into the advanced usage of everything. So the crossover that I use is 19, and I like it because it's got that sham god in there. But it's not like 21, I think it is, where it's like too much, it's too aggressive. I like how I have enough time to do something immediately after it if I really want to get around my defender. So I use crossover 19. So let's check out crossover 19. Basically, to use the signature crossover or the signature move for each crossover, while you're driving to the basket, you just want to tap up on the right analog stick and he'll do the move. While you're driving, obviously. And I like this, like I said, because it's really soft, not a lot of movement. I can mix it up and throw something after that and really get around and really juke out the defender. Now, also to do just a regular crossover, and this is applicable for anything you choose, all you're going to do is if you're driving, you're going to tap right on the analog stick and then left on the analog stick. And then he's going to do a full crossover. And that works even on Hall of Fame pretty good, especially on fast breaks. You could just boom and get around. Dribble moves are simple. And this is why I really like, especially this year, this is why I really like 2Ks, because you really do have full control over dribbling in this game. I mean, besides just literally dribbling each time, you can do everything manually. You could put the ball between your legs, you could put the ball behind your back, you could go, you know, under then back under. You could do everything that you need to do. You could switch dribbling hands. You could do a lot. That's pretty much the basics for the crossover. Now the behind the back that I chose is number 5. And the reason I chose number 5 is because it's a good bounce. When he throws the ball behind his back, there's really nice bounce when doing it. So if I want to go left, and then I come right, and I throw it behind my back, there's really good bounce. And when driving towards the hoop and throwing the ball behind your back, it gives you just a little space to get around, but it's not too straight where you might still run into your defender. So if you juke him left and then go right, then throw it behind your back, you're going to get to the hoop. So that's really why I chose this behind the back. Really good bounce, and plus it looks cool when you're throwing this in the mix. It's got there's a lot of motion, there's a lot of faking. It looks like it's really going to work, and I've had the best results with this one, and I've tried them all. Now the spin I use is spin number 7. And the reason I like this spin move is for that, what you just saw there. The half circle has a really good animation to create space, and it's the only one that creates that much space just off of one move, just off of one motion of the stick. And I'm going to explain how to do that. See, now most people, when they use the spin move, they're usually driving and then they spin to the basket. Yeah, it's cool. It's good to do that, and I like this spin because it gives you a nice angle on the left. It doesn't go straight at the hoop, so you can get a wide turn around your defender, which I really like. But what I don't see a lot of people using is the standing spins. And this is where it's gonna get interesting, because To do the signature spin move standing, you have to do a half circle towards your dribble hand. And what that means is you're pressing right on the right analog stick, because it's in my right hand, the ball. You're pressing right on the right analog stick, and you're going a half circle clockwise downward towards your left hand, towards your non-dribble hand. So you go right and then half circle left, and he does that. And this is the only spin move that creates that much space just by doing one move. So you're standing here, you have a defender, you want to get a shot up and you want to make sure it's open. You could pull this out and look at all that space. No effect to the shot rating, you're landing that shot. It's a great move. And it also, when you go towards the opposite dribbling hand, the opposite hand that you're dribbling on, he does just a casual spin. So you might be waiting to pass the ball, you might want to set up a drive, boom, and you're going to drive to the basket. Excellent spin move, and he doesn't turn too fast, he doesn't turn too slow, and he gives you, like I said, a nice angle to the spin. Now the hezi I use is hesitation 10, and the reason I use hesitation 10 is because there's not too much of a hezi, but it's not too little. It's just enough to maybe run your guy into the screen, but not too much where getting back and going left, going the opposite side of the screen is going to be too long or too difficult. So I really like it. But to properly use a hesitation, you want to utilize all of the capabilities with it. If you double tap towards your dribble hand, he will do a large hezi, which is like a two-step. And if you want to drive your defender into the screen, you could double hezi, and for sure he will go right into that screen, and you can go back the other way. And the reason you want to use hesitation to bring your guy into the screen a lot is because if you go left and then try to go right, it's too much time. And that's using turbo. See, you know, when you're turboing or you're moving, there's an animation to stop and go the opposite way. And sometimes he'll go slow and then kind of shimmy like that. And that is too much time. It's too much time. It's enough time for the defender to get back on you, and it can be frustrating when you're trying to get around the screen. So I like to hezi, double hezi, get him into the screen, and then go right. Now, if you utilize all these cross, I very rarely turbo. Very rarely. If you utilize these crossovers and these isolations properly, you'll pretty much never have to turbo. Maybe in just certain situations when you really want to get to the basket quickly, but a lot of the times when I cross over and I ISO, I don't turbo, and it gives me a lot of time to do different types of moves, pull out some cool layups, some hop steps, some euros, and get really fancy on them. Okay, now that we have the basics down pat, we know how to dribble, we know how to put the ball between our legs, we know how to cross over, we know the basics. So let's get into the advanced stuff. Now, all of the isolations have two sets of abilities. They have abilities when you're not using turbo and abilities when you are using turbo. So how can we use those efficiently? Well, let me tell you how. You're coming up and you're crossing over and you're doing whatever and you're getting to the basket, but you see that there's two defenders in the paint. You could stop, which is not reliable. Or you could use one of my favorite moves, and this is another reason why I chose behind the back. If you hold turbo and you press down, he will do a complete stop move, like that. And that creates a ton of space. You're coming down on a fast break and you want to stop for a jumper. Boom, down, stopped, up, and shoot. Sometimes you'll get even more space out of it. But it's really, instead of just coming up and then stopping and then running into a defender, which also takes more time, you could use that to create even more space and really fake out any defender. Boom, look at all that space. I'm back by the arc after doing that. So again, just to repeat that so you know, I'm turboing and then pressing down on the right analog stick to stop the play, to stop all movement, maybe get a shot up, get a pass off. And that's another thing too. A lot of people, myself included, I would turn the ball over a lot because I'd be running and passing and trying to get, you know, difficult passes off. The success of your passes will be much higher if you stop before you pass. So you might see a teammate running right on a fast break and you want to get it to him. Boom. Stop. Dish it to him for the successful lay-in and assist. Okay. Now another thing is hesitations. When you're turboing, you press the right trigger towards your hezi, towards your dribble hand. He's going to do like a shuffle step, like a stutter step. Boom. And that's really great, especially when driving on a fast break. Stutter step, boom, right to the basket. But you only want to use that when the defender is not right in front of you, because he's not going anywhere. He's not crossing over. He's not going wide. He's going pretty much straight at the hoop. So let's say the defender is right here where this blue and white line meet right here. Gray and white line meet, right? And you're running this way. You want to pull a hezi so he doesn't get in front of you. And then go up, finish the play. So what else you could do is you could come up, sham guard, left, right, spin move, layup. And of course you want to mix all of these together. You want to do whatever you can to get around your defenders. You could come in, size up, Euro step. Trust me, crossing over, using hesitations to lead your defenders into screens are going to leave you open for a lot more plays. Another great move, which will almost always get you around your defender for a pass or a drive, is very simple, and it's underused. So now you're by the arc, you set up a quick isolation, you know, the lane's open, you want to get around, you want to drive, you want to do whatever, right? Your defender's following you, so what you could do is that. And this always works, and it's the easiest move to pull off. While you're going left with your left analog stick or right, press the opposite direction with the right analog stick and continue to hold left on the or right on the left analog stick. So let's say I'm going left here. I tap right with my right analog stick and continue. It looks very simple, but it's extremely effective. And if it doesn't work, you could do it again. And it's almost like you're using the turn as part of the crossover, because that's really you just turning. When he puts it between his legs like that, it's really just him turning, because if you go like this, it's the same thing. But you could use that as part of your crossover. So you're going right, boom, left, you're out. Okay, so obviously the goal here is to mix all of these moves together, or to utilize them inside the game. So what I have is some in-game footage and examples of pretty much everything I went over in this tutorial, so you could see, or maybe give yourself some ideas on how to execute these and how to utilize them after practicing them in the gym. So in the first example, I sham guard, then do the turbo and press down on the right trigger for that behind the back instant stop. It fakes Rubio out. He thinks I'm going to drive, and look at that. Oh my goodness, perfect release for the three, bank it home. In the next example, I go under the legs, then do the crossover to the left, but watch this. I go behind the back. It's one of my popular moves. Go under the legs because he's already on the right of me, so I just needed just a little space to get on the left of him. That's it. The big doesn't have the positioning. Good shot selection. Now watch this generated rookie. Oh my god, I go under the legs, and then the hezi completely obliterated him, destroyed his ankles. It's a murder. Perfect release jumper, mid shot. Amazing. So let's see that in real time. Look at this disaster. Oh my god, get on the bench. Oh, I faked him all the way to the bench. Now over here, look at that. That's a turbo crossover. When you're turboing and you go for, not a crossover, but under the legs, he does a fake. In this next one, we got Levine running point. I do my classic crossover, and then behind the back, and then look at this floater over Pekovic. He's trying to draw a charge. He did not stand a chance. And in the next one, I actually just do a multiple between the legs to have the defender guessing, and he runs right into the screen, pass up the shot for a better one, and get the assist. So that's about it for episode 4, Isolations. I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, please remember to hit that thumbs up button, as it really helps me out. And also, if you like videos like this, please remember to subscribe to stay locked in. The next episode is going to be on defense, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments section below. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway for a game of your choice when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you're interested in that, you know, tell your friends, share the videos. Hopefully I'll get to that subscriber level soon and I'll be able to do the giveaway. But as always, thanks for watching. Peace.